Hello everyone, welcome to Ghost Prime Transformer Reviews. And I recorded a video a while back of Siege Apeface. And I have not posted it yet. I have not even edited yet. It was right after it came out, before it even shows up in stores. But this whole COPPA thing has me sort of worried and discouraged a little bit about creating more videos. So, for the first time, I would actually like you to please subscribe to me here, if you'd like to see more videos. It would mean very much to me. I have decided to continue to make videos and kind of play this whole thing out. So I have made a new intro to a separate YouTube series on the same channel that is for adults. And it also includes beer, as well as Transformers. It's called Bots and Brews, and here's the intro right here. And I've been toying around with not even having that. But I'll have a disclaimer that is very clearly for adults. That one I just kind of talk about beer, talk about Transformers, and kind of discussions. I want to have some friends over. Cannon Spike, that means you if you're watching this video. He is a hard one to get a hold of. Anyway, back to the COPPA thing. So, I'm a little worried about it. I have marked my other videos for kids coming for next month, just in case. The videos that don't have the disclaimer. So you'll have to go back through my backlog and check them out. However, I think with the disclaimer, it'll be okay. These are family videos, and COPPA did say that family videos are a gray area, and family videos are not strictly for kids, because I do have some strong language in some of my videos, and I would prefer them being 13 and up. So, with that said, here's my review on Apeface. I have mixed feelings about this figure. I was hoping it would be better than it is, but it's not as bad as I first thought after playing with it for a little while. It does look really nice. It does have retained that siege detailing. It has, in my opinion, way too much battle damage. But overall, it's a nice figure that looks good on a shelf. And it does homage G1 very well. So without any further ado, let's get to the review. All right, let's start off with the box. Now, the box is the standard Siege designs, as we have come to know and love. It has a really nice picture on the side of Apeface here. Very nicely rendered. Lots of detail. I love these. On the back, you can see all of his different modes. Again, with the Battle Master, the head. The other Battle Masters it has Siege on the side, bottom, top. And it also has the blacklight responsive symbols on the side. Inside the box, you get the instruction booklet. There is all of the instructions on how to do things. Transform them into the different modes. And inside the box, you also get the figure, his weapon, and the back wings, which also double as the shield on his arm. Here he is, the figure himself. Now, there's a couple things. The translucent plastic on this, it's not thin. It's actually really sturdy. But if in this light, you can't really see it too well. But it has this translucency to it. It looks almost like it's wax. It's not really nicely done. It would have been really nice if it was like a nice white, something kind of a brighter color rather than this weird translucent waxy color that I don't think works well with the figure at all. He does have a lot of nice sculpted detail on him. just a ton of sculpted detail that does kind of get lost because of that translucency that this plastic has. He is hollow here, but that's about it as far as hollowness is concerned. He's a nice figure, got some nice heft to him, got a little weight. I do believe he is the last Voyager that we're gonna get this year, but don't quote me on that. Septagon logo, nice paintwork. All this is very nicely done. The paintwork is very, very nice. Now, if you notice, he does have a lot of battle damage on his shoulders and his shins, which I think really detract. The shins are terrible. Really, really badly done. And it's polka dotted, which is very strange because we've gotten some decent battle damage. It actually doesn't look super bad. He has some on the nose cone of the ship as well. Now, of course, he is a headmaster. And the difference is on this head, as opposed to the other heads on for Titan's Return, would be the front of the head for a Titan's Return figure. This has a head like the G1 on the legs, so this could become the Apeface. I said it, Apeface. So this part actually goes down, and I think I like this design. I think it's really cool. He has a more robotic face, and then he has the little face. I like how it has robotic bits under the mouth, which would be great. Now, of course, to transform this into a robot, you just unfold him. I have his head backwards and turn it around. Now, I think it's really cool. This guy's even got his face and visor painted different colors, which is really neat. They really went far to paint this guy. The arms on the inside are purple. I think you can see how it's purple in there. And the outside painted black. A lot of detail went into this little guy, which is great. I really, really dig that. I think that's really cool. Really, very cool. So let's put this guy back on him and get into articulation. So for articulation, he has the head's sort of on a ball joint, as all Titan's Return figures are. But you can't really look up and down, but you can look all the way around, 360. Arms, kind of 360. They could if it wasn't for the wings in the back. This fell down. Bicep swivel. The elbows are 90 degrees, both front and back. That's due to transformation. No wrist swivel. No waist swivel. But that is... He's a triple changer, and he has to have the wings slide in and out here, so I could understand why they chose to go that route. Knees are just about 90 degrees, and they also have the upper swivel on the thigh. He could do splits, front, almost all the way back if it wasn't for this, on both sides. And of course, the arms could go out and in. He also has a little bit of toe. That's due to transformation, and ankle tilts, which seemed like an afterthought. But at least he has ankle tilts, which fits in with the other figures in the line. Now this thing keeps falling back because there's these little tabs here that you're supposed to tab it into, and it just doesn't stay super well. Pull these out, tab it in, put it up like that. It'll stay okay. Also, this back part, it was like this in the box. I like to keep it like this because it looks cleaner to me. And with that, let's check out transformation. So, of course, you have to remove his head and see if I can remember where to start on this guy. His hands go in. Take his elbows here, fold them back. And there's a hinge here. And then there's a tab here, goes into there. So you take that, tab that in, just like so. And do that for both sides. And then there's a, let's see if I can get in there and see it. There's a little tab there. A little tab right there. And there's actually a slot on the inside. If you go like that, and you gotta, there you go, push that in. It holds in pretty tightly on both sides. If I gotta find it. There. They hold nice and tight. So, take this, of course, his legs now open. So so this is kind of weird. So you have his arms here for the ape mode, and then you have this piece that these little tabs tab into. So you have to get the legs down into here, which is kind of uses almost a Combiner Wars tactic, which is why I think this figure was actually designed during the Titan's return. So you open this up, which is the piece under the arm on both sides. It's this other white piece. So here would be the arm, and then you just open it up like that. I kind of like opening up a little wider because it's easier for me to get in there. Then there's a hinge here, and you take the knee and move it down forward and moves the whole leg up, like so. Okay, so this is kind of fiddly. It's hard to get all these things lined up. It's even worse in Grinnell mode. Do both on the same side, or on the other side, same as before. And this comes up like that and covers the side. So you have something like that. There is tabs up here, and right here that you tab these into. Move the feet up like that. Now this comes down. This piece comes down, and there's tabs that go under, and then all these tabs go under actually. So you go like this, line it up. There we go. Line it up like that. Take the cockpit and fold these pieces down in here. Kind of line it up and push it in there on either side. It actually holds it together fairly firmly. And there we go. So there's this. This is what we have right now. Take the wings. They are on, like, you could pull them. They're hinges that you could pull up. I don't know what the name for these type of hinges are. So slide hinges, I guess. So you slide those wings up like that. You can see they're up, and then push them down. Now there's a cockpit in the back here, which you open up, and you could put the little Titan Master. There's two little nubs where the nubs on the bottom of the feet go. And my fingers are very large to get them in there, but you kind of get them in there and close the top. Which I think, I just want to point this out real quick before I do let's do the last step. So he goes under there, take the wing piece tabs to the tab in the front, puts that all together like that, and there you have the plane mode. Now, if you notice, you can kind of see the T sticking out here. I think that looks kind of cool. Kind of reminds me of an old World War II jet, or a plane. So what this here piece is the head, right? What you can't do is put the headpiece in there or the Titan Master in a cockpit and put him up there so he's like flying the plane like you can with some of the Titans return figures. I think they should have engineered the cockpit a little bit different so it was able to do that. I think that would have set it off really nicely. Unfortunately, you can't. Now for the gun goes under the nose right here. Now, I don't know if this is like this on everyone's, but that's my problem with it. It just falls out. It doesn't stay in there worth a damn at all. There are two holes. You kind of jam it in there, but it's held in there mainly because it's connected. It's pushing on it from there. And that's sort of the way it is with all the holes on this guy. With the exception of his fist, it stays very well in his fist. And the wing, actually. So that's generally where I put it. So on this boat, as I mentioned, the cockpit has a bunch of that battle damage. Nowhere on the wings or anywhere else it really shows up besides the legs, which are under here. No landing gear, but it just sort of sits like that. So, to get this guy transformed into gorilla mode, I take this off, get the head out of there, of course collapse the head into this, close that. It's actually really easy to go from this mode to the other one. So you untab the legs a little bit here. These are the feet. This would have been the shoulders on the robot. Move them up like that. Wings come up, roll down. And then this whole piece comes back. Now this is a problem here because this is a really, really fiddly area. So this, of course, comes out and you're on this hinge. So this snap piece right here snaps up and around this piece, which is, I believe, would be a concern for breakage if you do it wrong. So, and there's also these two little tabs. That tab right there doesn't hold fantastic. So you kind of hold this back and stick that in there like that. So there you have this part of the head. The legs, of course, just are on a little tab here. Fold them out and around. The little fists, they come up like this, both sides. So line up his feet so you can actually have him standing. You can put those down or leave them up. Then the head, the visor goes forward. That slots in there like so. Then they take the gun, and it shows the instructions, put it right there. It stays okay in that hole. It's not super terrible. I actually put this piece right here back after I take the pilot out, so he looks like that. And there he is in 8 mode. So he looks okay in this mode. There's not much for articulation, of course. These are on a giant ball joint, so he does have all the rotation that a ball joint would have. It is rather hollow here and hollow here. His fists are not really full fists, so you can focus on there. See, he has these like semblance of like fingers. I don't know if he's supposed to go like that or like that, but it's mainly just like a little hook. He's okay. He's okay. He's just an okay figure. He's got some decent paint work. He's got a Decepticon logo here, paint work there for like the stickers were on the Generation 1. Not a bad figure. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this guy in robot mode, and I'll be right back with size comparisons. Okay, here he is back in robot mode. So for the first comparison, I will compare him to my janky, broken Generation 1 Apeface. This one won't stand up on its own. It's very floppy, and he's missing an arm. He's also missing the back of his head. And it's yellowed. But as you can see, this is how they compare. Which, honestly, it's pretty accurate, I would say. He's got a lot of the same detailing, a lot of the same shapes with of course, the chest panel does not open on this one. But it looks nice. This here part mimics the where the wheels would be here, because it's got a bump, kind of bump there. It's really nice. I think it's done well. There's the sticker here. I was talking about how if you look at the right here, if you look at the little detailing there on the arm, the ape arm, that's the ape arm there in the back of the original. And just to show you another little thing, the original also has those weird hook hands. So it's another homage to the Generation 1. So because I have him here, let's compare this to his head. So if you compare the headmaster on both of them, this is a fairly good representation. Because of that plastic, you can't see, but they have both the same chest plate. The same shape chest plate. Oh, it's hard to say. Chest plate, along with the head on the back of the legs. Now, this one, of course, was purple at one time. But looking pretty good there, I think. I think this is it's nice. There is, for all its flaws, it does have some good things, for sure. Here he is with Starscream, as you can see, he's Voyager sized. The 35th anniversary Prime. One of the deluxe refractor figures. And a Battlemaster. So in conclusion, and that was my take on Siege Apeface. Yeah, he's okay. This plastic quality is decent, actually, but it has this translucency that actually makes it look kind of cheap. I think there's a lot of people that do have a problem with that so far. I would say that he is a really nice representation of the Generation 1 figure, Generation 1 character. He does have a lot of little bells and whistles things, you know, little as far as the design goes. A little too many. I think they took too much. It reminds me of a Titans Return figure, which makes sense. I think this guy was even designed during that time because the design is so far off of Siege, except for the ankle tilts, which seems like an afterthought, and it's part of the transformation anyway. All right, well, one last thing I'd like to say is please subscribe. The only way you're going to get notifications is come January 1st is if you're subscribed to my channel, or you check my channel specifically. You may not even get notifications. I really do hope they change this. I do know there's a lot of YouTubers out there that pour their hearts and souls into these videos, and it is their livelihood, and that really, really, really messes them up. So I really hope that something is done about that. So please, hit the like button if you like the video, hit the downvote button if you have to. And I'll see you guys next time.